they found a way to love each other and help each other. And that is our story. That's the takeaway, is that it's not that we help when there's no tension. We're called to just help no matter what.
So, something that really stood out to me about your acting in this film is a lot of your characters' scenes involve you experiencing these really intense emotions while simultaneously sort of tamping them down and repressing them to keep a tough guy sort of exterior. From an acting standpoint, what was that sort of dual layer of portrayal like for you?
That is just being human. I mean, there are no humans that try to cry. Like when we're having an experience and we have to, we have to have this some outburst of a laughter where our cheeks open up, or like we shed a tear. Like 99% of us are trying really hard to sort of suppress, because we're always looking for some homeostasis and some regularity in our community. And so that's the real work of being an actor, is to try not to. And some of these situations, it was really difficult to keep it in because. Imagine my job is to imagine bringing these to life, to feel all the things that happen to the real Ed Schmidt in these moments. And, when I look down at little Emily in the hospital bed, and they've got makeup on her and the IV hooked up to her, and this all looks very real to me. And, I can imagine, I've got three boys. I can imagine one of my kids going through this and how it would just rip my heart out, and I wouldn't be able to contain those emotions. And so it was hard to try to keep it in sometimes. Anyway, thank you thank you for the compliment. I mean, it was difficult work, keeping it multi-layered like that. But I think it's really the job is to try to contain it while experiencing those in a very real way.
You're very welcome. It was wonderful. And the dichotomy between Ed and Sharon's personalities creates this really unique sort of dynamic between the two of them. What was it like forming that unique relationship with Hilary on screen?
Yeah, look, there's a lot of tension between Ed and Sharon, played by myself and Hilary Swank. And a lot of times I think we've limited our scope of tension to like a sexual narrative, right? And so we expect in movies or TV or stories, like if there's tension between a guy and a girl, it has to be fueled by something sexual. And I love that there was none of that in this story. This is simply a platonic thing, but the tension was real because you've got a guy who's a lone wolf, who doesn't know how to ask for help, who doesn't have the resources to help himself, and is in desperate need of somebody to come along and rescue him from himself in that way. And then you've got this broken toy who's far from perfect, doesn't have the resources she needs either, but is just gonna help however she can, and is an angel in his life because she's a miracle worker. And so there's this push-pull between like, how much do I want your help versus how qualified are you to help me versus how much help do you really need, and who else is going to do it? And that's what makes the movie so compelling. It makes this true story so compelling. Is that despite that tension, they found a way to love each other and help each other, and that is our story. That's the takeaway. Is that it's not that we help when there's no tension. We're called to just help no matter what.
Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate it as well. Thanks for the questions.